I feel like I'm just like the queen of irrational fears at this point, but like whatever. Join the club, right? Greetings internet, it's Katie and I'm back at it again with a brand new video. If you haven't been following me since last summer, you wouldn't know. I moved into a new house the day before I left for school, my sophomore year of college, this past August, so it's been almost a year since my parents have had this house, and I've finally unpacked the last box. So today I decided to do a little throwback sort of video because I used to do a lot of question and answer videos where I take questions from my Tumblr or my Twitter or my Instagram and I answer them for you guys. So I decided that today, since I'm all situated in my new room, I would sit down and film one of these, kind of christen the room a little bit. You know, speaking of blogs, I do want to just really quickly tell you guys that I started writing again. Carrie Bradshaw, you have inspired me. I have started up my blog again. My first post is kind of, you know, one of those millennial rants about body image. My most recent post, other than that one, is called Don't Drink the Jungle Juice, and it's kind of an ode to college parties versus one of those articles that's like slamming college parties. I kind of talk about the positives. So that's new. I guess that's really all. Oh, Snapchat. Guys, I'm finally public on Snapchat. There we go. Story that shit. Okay. My username on Snapchat is @HelloKaty. I like write and scribble all over my stories. I'm like so weird about it. If you guys want to see everything I eat in a day, practically, because that's really all I Snapchat is all my food, because I'm obsessed with taking pictures of my food. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it is called Never Been Kissed. And that is not clickbait. I will actually be talking about kissing. I feel like this is the biggest issue facing our millennial age, which is not being kissed. This internal struggle of like, I don't measure up because I've never locked lips, traded saliva with another person. That is the big struggle, which honestly, you know, as millennials, if that's our biggest struggle, I feel like, you know, we're doing okay. In my experience of reading through all of these Tumblr questions that I've been asked in the past couple of months, and I have seen an overwhelming vast majority of people asking me, you know, Katie, like, is it normal that I'm 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you name it, the age has been mentioned. Like, is it wrong that I have never been kissed at this age? I was kissed at age 17 and I had this irrational fear, and still have this irrational fear, that people are talking about me. I always think people are talking about me behind my back. You know, everyone gets in those moods, but, you know, especially prior to my first kiss, I just had this inkling that everyone was talking shit about me, talking about how, oh, Katie, she hasn't had her first kiss, wow, that's so lame, you know, and I was like freaking 16. I didn't even have my driver's license yet, and I was worried about the lack of saliva I've shared with boys. Like, what? That's so weird. Believe me, guys, I was where you were. Like, I felt the exact same way. You probably think that everyone knows that you've never had your first kiss, but truth is, no one really cares that much. Like, really, no one really cares. You're the person that cares the most about it, obviously, because you're living in your skin. You know, you can just walk right up to someone and be like, hey, kiss me, and you'll get a kiss, but it won't be magical, you know? And the thing is, like, people who are sitting there watching this video thinking, like, oh, Katie, that's bullshit. Like, I could never do that and, like, get kissed, whatever. Believe me, you do not know some people on this earth. They'll throw out kisses like conversation. I'm speaking from experience because I waited to have my first kiss, and it was hella magical. I'll give you a little skim version. I was kissed at sleepaway camp under this beautiful little cute bridge over like rushing water, and it was sunny and the birds were chirping, and I was given my first kiss by a perfect stranger. Well, I kind of knew. I knew over 3 days, which, you know, in 17-year-old land, that's a long time. That's a lifetime. Like, we practically could have gotten married under that freaking bridge. If you were so hyped on getting rid of your first kiss, I think that's a shame. Because, you know, good things are in store for you. Good things are in store for all of us if we wait for them. You'll know when it's about to happen. You'll just get that feeling, you know, that like, feeling, like he's gonna kiss me, she's gonna kiss me, that feeling, you'll get it. Another irrational fear that I had attached to the whole first kiss thing. I feel like I'm just like the queen of irrational fears at this point, but like whatever, join the club, right? I always imagine myself like sitting in a room, like, you know, having a sleepover with my best college friends, and us reflecting on our first kisses, and, you know, all of them going around saying, oh, I was 15, I was 16, I was 14, like, I don't know, this crazy shit. And I would be the one to say, I haven't had my first kiss yet, or, oh, I had my first kiss when I was like 18 years old. That's so old. I'm practically an old maid. Like, that is how I felt about it. I literally thought that I'd be an old maid because I hadn't had my first kiss. Oh my god, I'm a chronic overthinker. I overthink everything. Your first kiss is going to be magical, but it's not going to be that magical because think about it. You're going to slobber all over them. It's going to be kind of awkward. You're not going to know where to put your hands. Like, whatever. That's how it's going to be probably, because that was kind of how it was for me. To be honest, you kind of black out when it happens. Like, at least I did. I don't remember absolute specifics. I'm pretty sure I accidentally kissed his chin first and then kissed his lips. You're worth the wait. So, you know, don't go around trying to get rid of your first kiss like it's some sort of chronic disease. Like, you will be fine, believe me. So now that I've sufficiently rambled through that question, and my computer does the black screen of death, does anyone else have this issue where it just like does this black screen of death for like a minute? So next question is from Eloquence, with an X somewhere in there. I'm never the girl that guys want. I learned though that they love you when you take your clothes off. It makes me sound like an attention whore, and maybe that's just who I am. I want to be wanted, and I am when I do things for these guys. I want to be wanted for me, but I don't even know who that is anymore. Please help me, Katie. I'm gonna state the obvious that you guys have probably heard a gazillion times over, but really listen to me when I say this because it is so, so true. A guy that wants you just for your naked body, like wants you just when your clothes are off, is not the right guy for you. It's not that easy. I know, believe me, I've been in your shoes. It's not that easy because you think as a woman, like your naked body is the ultimate pickup line, the ultimate like way to get guys to like you. Like, believe me, I've been there too. I know it. I know I used to be that girl that wanted to, you know, wear the low-cut shirts and the push-up bras, and now I don't even wear a bra. But like, it's all about doing you for a while until you find the person that will think you're absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, the only person for them, and you're fully clothed. You can be wearing a freaking parka, and this guy's gonna look at you and be like, oh my god, she is goals, she is amazing, I love her, I want to marry her, etc. I'm single now, but I've been through the dating world a little bit in college, and I have felt most sexy, most beautiful, most wanted when I'm fully clothed, you know, sitting across the table at dinner with someone who is asking me about, you know, what I like to do, what I'm like passionate about, etc. Like, I've met guys like that. Believe me, they are out there. I have so many guy friends at college that have never seen me even remotely naked, probably not even seen me in a bathing suit because, you know, let's be honest, in school there's a lot of sweatpants involved and like party dresses, but like that's about it. I felt most sexy in front of guys when I'm exercising, you know, my passions. Like if I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, I feel way more sexy than I do when I'm naked, honestly. Like, I don't know, it's just a personal thing. And I feel like once you find the right guys in your life that respect you, you know, they won't need to see you naked. I feel like, yes, that reflects poorly on the guy, but if you partake in that, if you know, satisfy his wants in that way, then that's kind of a reflection on you. You know, no one's telling you you need to take your clothes off. No one's telling you you need to be naked for this guy. Like, honestly, it's quite the opposite, you know, in my opinion, on what you should do in order to win a guy over. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. And, you know, believe me, we are hot-blooded creatures. You know, there's gonna be that want, that need, like, in you. Just think about what you're doing, and think about if you want your future daughter, you know, knowing / like doing the things that you're doing. You know, just think about it like that. I always think about that / just like the 6-year-old me who is like nerdy and cute. Like, I think about that girl when I'm like thinking about doing these things, and I'm like, maybe she wouldn't be happy about that. I'm not here to slut shame. Believe me, I am the opposite of a slut shamer. I think that the naked body can be so beautiful and can be a total work of art in some context. But please know that nakedness and love are not always lumped in the same category. Overall, my tip on this whole shebang is, don't go home with the first person you ask. Make yourself part of the chase. You know, be the chase. Have this guy work for you. I feel like the best things in life are both waited for and worked for. That's like a big thing for me. So, on the topic of love, Anonymous asks, I've been feeling really strange these past few months and I'm not quite sure how to explain it. It seems that I somehow fell in love with the idea of love. It's not that I'm not confident or anything, but I sometimes subconsciously feel like I have to be in love in order to have a meaningful life. It's also messed up in my head. I think you need to fall in love with the wrong person a few times. Like, I think that's just a part of life. I think that you need to hate, you need to cry, you need to be upset about it. I think you need all of that, so when the right person comes along, you're gonna sit back and sigh with relief and say, ah, that's how it's supposed to feel. You know, because you need all of that in comparison. So I think it's perfectly fine, you know, it's so normal to fall in love with the idea of love and have a few screw-up relationships in there and kind of, you know, mess around a little bit, figure out what the right fit is for you in terms of a relationship. Sometimes you win with love and sometimes you learn. So whenever you don't win, you learn, and every experience is a learning experience. Falling in love with the idea of love is such a human, normal thing. Like, sister, we've all been there. I've fallen in love with so many things, but it hasn't really been love, it's been lust. And notice I said things, because I feel like you can fall in love with people just as easily as you can fall in love with things and feelings and, you know, certain phases of life. And it's all about flirting. Flirting with phases of life, flirting with things, flirting with hobbies, flirting with people. I feel like that personally is kind of healthy because you keep the upper hand. It's so crucial for you to be wild, kind of, you know, flirt with life, as I just said, and just be you, do your own thing, just, you know, scream from the rooftops, do your shit. I was listening to this song on Spotify this morning, which basically went along the lines of, you know, everyone wants something beautiful. Everyone wants to have something beautiful in their life, and that's so true to this. I feel like everyone is chasing the same thing. We're all chasing passion. We all want something that we can believe in, that we can love, that we can, you know, fall back on if, you know, things get tough. Everyone wants that safety net. That's the most screwed up thing that as society, we have convinced ourselves is necessary for life. We've convinced ourselves that we need someone else to fill us up, to complete us. But I believe that we are born whole. We're born, you know, a whole version of ourselves, and we'll find someone that will complement us. You know, like a fine wine and a cheese or a piece of steak. It's not like we need that other thing to complete us. It's like you want to find someone who complements you, not completes you. That's my personal sentiment on that. We need to trust the timing of everything. Just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean that it will never happen, you know? So it's all about patience. You are so normal if you've fallen in love with the idea of love, because we have all been there. Okay, so the last question I'm gonna answer, because I feel like we're running out of time on this one. Anonymous asks, I'm on the verge of breaking up with my boyfriend after almost a year of a relationship because I think he loves me, but I only just like him. Everyone around me adores him, but I feel like I'm only pretending to be happy as his girlfriend. I'm also afraid I might break his heart. What should I do? I think for both of your sakes, at least in this person's situation, you need to break up with him. If you don't love him, there's someone out there that is going to love him someday, and why would you know, waste each other's time? You know, it sounds bad, but I think that he will someday, when he's with the person he's supposed to be with and you're with the person you're supposed to be with, he's gonna thank you for, you know, letting him go. Because sometimes if you love something or, you know, like something, or like you appreciate him, you feel for him, you need to let him go and let him pursue the person that he's supposed to pursue and be with the person he's supposed to be with. And I personally think that, you know, being able to say, like, I only like this guy and he loves me takes a lot of courage on your part, because, you know, courage and just kind of knowing yourself, because oftentimes people go through relationships for years and years and years of their lives and they break up because they, you know, thought they were in love, but they weren't really. You know what I mean? Kind of going back to the last question, falling idea with the idea of love. Like, it takes a lot of courage to be able to say that you know that you don't just love this person, you like him. You know, I think personally, props to you, but you need to break up with him. And just like that, we're at the end of yet another HelloKaty video. I suppose I'm breaking up with you, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that was really terrible joke. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys have questions that you'd like me to sit down and answer, totally submit them to my ask box on my Tumblr, katybelotti.tumblr.com. I look at all the questions sooner or later. You know, sometimes you just need to type something out and let it out, and it kind of takes it off your chest, you know? So definitely shoot me a message, follow me on Snapchat, check out my blog if you're bored, and that's it for this video. So I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye!